Good morning, welcome to the online class. Today we are going to revise the civics lesson, that is human rights. Already one period I revised that lesson, human rights, that one words and first two mark questions. Now I am going to revise the fourth 2 mark. Write short note on the right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. That is the fourth 2 mark question. Page number 257. Right to constitutional remedies heading, the second line. By this right, person can adopt constitutional means, approach a court. If person, citizens of India has got the rights, 6 fundamental rights, it is mentioned in the constitution. All must enjoy all these rights. If anyone feel that right is denied, if anyone denied the rights of the citizen, the person can approach the court to get the right. Approach the court if he is denied the fundamental rights. If the person feels that fundamental right is denied, he can approach the court. The court can issue an order that is known as writ. The court issue an order known as writ to the government to restore the right to the citizen. Government, if the person approaches the court to give the fundamental, to restore the fundamental right, the court give the writ, give an order to the government to restore the fundamental right to the citizen. So that fundamental rights, if any one of the person, citizen, denied, he can approach the court and get the right. So nobody can be exploited. Nobody can be exploited. The fundamental rights cannot be denied. Then the next one, define POCSO. Define POCSO. Page number 260. Page number 260. It is given in the box. POCSO Act. POCSO means Protection of Children from Sexual Offences. Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. Even now, many children are affected. They sexually affected at a small age. There is a sexual harassment. Many children affecting, especially female children, are affected due to these sexual harassments. In the small age, they are people involved that sexual offense. So, to protect the children from these sexual harassments, the government has passed an act in the year 2012. The government enacted a law to protect the children from sexual offences. Offences Act 2012 regards the best interest of the child as being the paramount importance of every stage. Every stage, the child, especially the female children, must be protected from the sexual offense. So that the act was passed. If any male involved in this sexual offense, that person will be punished before law and get imprisonment. Sometimes they are getting a lifelong imprisonment. That based on the crime the one who has committed, they will give the punishment. That is punishments in the lifelong imprisonment sometimes they are getting for that sexual offences. If the female affected by this sexual offense, he can approach the court and get the remedy for that. So that the act was passed in the year 2012. The next one is, why do children need special attention? Why do children need special attention? Children need special attention. They must be protected, looked after carefully. Children are subjected to sale or trafficking. Trafficking means buying and selling illegally, that is trafficking, for various reasons. For various reasons, nowadays the children are buying and selling takes place. The parents, due to the poverty, they do this type of activities. Economic exploitation, sexual exploitation, sexual abuse, drug trafficking and child labor. These are all the problems the children are facing. To protect these children from all these offences, they have to be protected. They have to be protected from all these offences. So they need the special attention. Children need special attention, especially from all these harassments, trafficking, sale, sexual exploitation, sexual abuse, drug trafficking and child labor. These are all exploit the children. So children must be needed the special attention. What are the contributions to laborers by B.R. Ambedkar? B.R. Ambedkar, what are the contributions contributed by B.R. Ambedkar? You know, B.R. Ambedkar was the architect of Indian Constitution. He was the law minister of independent India. All that. That is page number 262, contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What are the contributions contributed by B.R. Ambedkar? Especially for laborers, people who are working in the industries, workers, for the welfare of the workers, what he has contributed. Reduction in factory working hours, 8 hours per day. People who are working in the factories, they must work only 8 hours. Previously, they used to work 10 hours, 12 hours, but they used to pay minimum wages. They did not pay. If people who are working more hours, they will not pay any extra. Only the minimum they used to pay, and extracting the work. Here he mentioned about 8 hours. People must work only 8 hours. If they are doing more than 8 hours, they have to get the wages, extra wages they have to get. Compulsory recognition of the trade unions. They are asked to trade unions, unity among the traders, that is trade unions, for the betterment. These unions are formed for the betterment of the traders, trade unions. They have to get the recognition, government recognitions. The government must recognize the trade unions. That is compulsory. Employment exchange in India, to get the job opportunities for the welfare of the people. They have to get the job opportunities so that the employment of exchanges were set up. Then employee state insurance, ESI, that is the benefit of the laborers, ESI, employee state insurance. If they are contributing, they will get the medical allowance and other things, that is ESI. Minimum wages for laborers. They fix the minimum wages wages they have to pay, this much amount they have to pay per day if they are working 8 hours. That is minimum wages for laborers. Coal and mica mines provident fund. This also these are all the contributions of Ambedkar for the sake of the laborers, people who are working the manual works. Then the next one is, all are equal before law, but we have enacted a separate law for women justify. All are equal before law, says Constitution itself mentions that all are equal before law, but we have enacted separate law for women. But separate laws are enacted for women. Why they enacted a separate law for women? That is page number 261, first the box it is given. When girls get married early, they lose many privileges like childhood, child marriages and all there. If they are getting the marriage very small age, they are losing the privileges. Losing the privileges like childhood, happiness, availing education and healthy life and all they are losing. They are not succeeded in their healthy life. They will not get successful if they are getting married in the small age. They will lose many things, that is like childhood happiness. In the very early stage they are getting married, they will lose the childhood happiness. Happy life only the childhood life. Adult and all, they cannot enjoy anything. They will lose that happiness if they become adult. The childhood only they will enjoy some happiness. But if they are getting early marriage, especially the female, they will lose all those happiness. Even childhood happiness also they will lose. And availing education, they will not get education. They cannot get education if they are getting marriage in small age. And healthy life also. They will lose the health if they are getting marriage in early stages, small stages. Childhood period, childhood stage, if they are getting married, lose all those things. So that separate law is made especially for women. This certain age limit is there nowadays for the women. Even men also, that age limit is there to get married. Nowadays female means 21 age. 21 male, 25 age must get married. So that separate laws are made, especially for female women. Write about the right against exploitation. Page number 256. Right against exploitation. Page number 256, right against exploitation. It is against the law to employ children below 14 years. Below 14 years means childhood. The childhood period they should not employ, they should not send for work. If they are sending for work below 14 years, they will lose the health, happiness, everything they will lose. Neither contractor or employer can force a worker to do a job against their will. Against their will, they should not force to do the work. The child should not be forced to do the work. That is against their will. That is exploitation. That is right against exploitation. The next two mark, that is differentiate fundamental rights and human rights. Differentiate Fundamental rights and human rights, page number 256. The page number 256, there is a column for difference between human rights and the fundamental rights. Human rights 3 points given, even fundamental rights also 3 points given. The human rights, that is human being deserves to survive with respect and freedom. Human beings, totally it says about the human beings must get the right to survive. We are surviving this world. It is a right, it is a human right. It is a human, surviving in this world is a human right. Then human rights include those rights which are basic to real life and absolute. It cannot be taken away. These rights, the human rights cannot be taken away. Human rights are recognized as international level. International level human rights. These rights are recognized in international level, not national level or state level. It is an international level. It is adopted by this UNO, United Nations Organization. Then fundamental rights, the elemental rights, the citizen of country which are listed in the contributions enforceable under the law is known as fundamental rights. Citizen of a country. We are the citizen of India, and the citizen of India enjoys the fundamental rights. It is mentioned in the Constitution. Then fundamental rights includes only those rights which are basic to the normal life. These fundamental rights are mentioned in the Constitution. These are all the basic rights. All the 6 fundamental rights mentioned in the Constitution are basic rights of the human beings. Basic rights. Without rights, they cannot survive. Basic rights. One who is not enjoying these basic rights, he cannot survive this world or this country. Fundamental rights are guaranteed under the Constitution of a country. Fundamental rights are guaranteed. Give the guarantee. The Constitution guarantees the fundamental rights for the citizen. Fundamental rights for the citizens are guaranteed by the Constitution. If anyone of the citizen denies, he can approach the court. The court send a writ to the government to enforce the fundamental rights. So these are all the 2 more questions. Now, first detail, write a paragraph about UDR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Now we are going to see about the first paragraph, page number 254 we have marked, and 54 and 55. This answer we have marked. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights milestone documents. It was drafted by the representatives of different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. From all the regions of the world, they have drafted this Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It is proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly. United Nations General Assembly is one of the organ of the UNO. That United Nations organization, this General Assembly is located in Paris. In Paris, the United Nations General Assembly is located. The General Assembly Resolution 217A as common standard of achievement of all people and all nations. The first time it set out the fundamental human rights to be universally protected. UDH has been translated into many languages. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights is translated into many languages. Many languages it is translated. Which is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is passed by the General Assembly of UNO. It is written in English and translated into many languages. There are 30 articles in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, guarantees freedom of expression. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights give the guarantee for the expression, right to speak, right to, that is expression, express our feelings by words, that is expression. Once those days it was denied, freedom of expression also denied, so this freedom of expression is included in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights gives the guarantee for the freedom of expression. Civil, political, social and economic and cultural rights also give the guarantee. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights not only the freedom of expression and also guarantees the civil, political, social, economic and cultural rights of the human beings. It gives the guarantee for that. These rights apply to all people irrespective of their race, gender, nationality. All people are born free and equal. All people of this world born free and equal. That is mentioned in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Mention all these rights, give the guarantees to the human beings of the universe. That is passed in the General Assembly of UNO. In the year 1948. General Assembly is in the General Assembly all the people represented from different, all the members of the member countries of the UNO. All the member countries of the UNO representatives are represented in the General Assembly. It is also called World Parliament. So I have revised these 7 2-mark and 1 paragraph. So these questions you learn, you can understand easily. So we will see the remaining 4 details from this chapter, the next class. Okay, thank you.